Hare Krishna, we are ready. Most are saying ready.
So, Hare Krishna, welcome everyone to week 32 of Bhakti Vriksha class. So, today is going to be a very interesting class because we are going to discuss two beautiful stories. Okay, so let's start our class with our prayers. Prayers to Srila Prabhupada. I offer my respects to His Divine Grace, A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada, who is very dear to Lord Krishna. O Spiritual Master, I offer my respects to you. You are servant of your Guru, Saraswati Goswami, and you are kindly preaching the message of Lord Chaitanya and delivering the Western countries. Panchatattva prayers. Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shiva Sadi Gauru Bhaktavinda. Hare Krishna mantra. Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. Okay, so let's start today's session. And as always, we begin with nectar to holy name. So today's, glorification or um, knowing the importance of holy name, we have a very wonderful, beautiful story from the scriptures. And I hope you enjoy the story. So once the story ends, I will share the slides and you can, have a look at the pictures. Let's start with our story today. So long ago, there lived a man and his name was Gopi. He lived in a small Indian village. And this person, Gopi, was a great devotee of Lord Shiva. And he did nothing but worship Lord Shiva all day. So this thing made his wife very angry because, he was not going out for work. He was not doing anything. He earned nothing. So obviously, if you are not going out for work, there's never enough to eat. The entire household is in poverty. And she always used to feel, the wife always used to feel that I wish I had a better life, like, how her neighbors were. They had good food and they had good house and they had valuable clothes. But here, the husband is not doing any work except the whole day he's sitting and worshipping Lord Shiva. And one day, Lakshmi got very angry and with Gopi and she shouted at him and she said, "You are a useless fellow." And out of anger, she made him leave the house. You get out of the house and you return only when you have earned some money. So Gopi was very sad. He went everywhere looking for work and he found nothing that he could do. As he had never worked, he had no experience of work. He didn't know how to work. So alone and tired, he sat under a tree and then he started praying to Lord Shiva seriously. And as we all know that Lord Shiva gets pleased very fast. He's a very soft-hearted God and, he gets pleased very fast. So, he appeared and he He was very happy because Gopi used to worship Lord Shiva every day. So seeing his beloved, Lord, even Gopi was moved. He was very, very happy. So then he said, Lord, please give me the most valuable thing with which I can satisfy my wife. So he didn't know, he had no experience of working. So he said, Lord, can you give me something which is most valuable? So that, when I give it to my wife, she'll also be quiet and, our life will change. So Lord Shiva replied that you go to Vrindavan. And, you meet a sannyasi, and his name is Sanatan Goswami. So Sanatan Goswami is actually a disciple of Lord Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. Mahaprabhu had made 6 disciples, and Sanatan Goswami is one of those 6 disciples. So Lord Shiva said, you do one thing, you go to Vrindavan and you meet Sanatan Goswami, and he is going to give you the most, valuable gift. So Gopi became saying this, Lord Shiva disappeared, and Gopi became very happy and excited, and he wanted to go to Vrindavan as fast as possible. He thought he would become rich without working hard, and his wealth, would make his wife very happy. So basically, he did not know how to work, he did not want to work, and now Lord Shiva had given him a very, very simple formula that you just go and meet Sanatan Goswami, and Sanatan Goswami will give you something very valuable. So soon, Gopi reached Sanatan Goswami's ashram in Vrindavan, and he paid respects to him. And he says, "O Maharaj, O Sanatan Goswami, the Lord Shiva has instructed me that I should meet you, and you are going to give me a very, very valuable thing." So Sanatan Goswami said, "Okay, my child, you have come here. Now you do one thing. You go behind my hut. How sannyasis would live in a hut. And there is a heap of garbage, those dust, those rubbish things, that waste that we generate in our dustbin. In easy language, we call it dustbin. So there is dustbin at the back, and inside the dustbin, you will find what you want." So Gopi got very excited and he ran to the back of the hut and he started digging the dustbin very eagerly. He was very excited. And there he found a beautiful shining, stone. And he picked up the stone and he again ran back to Sanatan Goswami. And he said, "This is what I found. So what is this?" So Sanatan Goswami said, "This is not any ordinary stone. It has great powers. If you touch anything with it, the object will immediately turn into gold." So Gopi got very excited, and he went home. He offered his respects to Sanatan Goswami and goes back home because he wanted to share the news with his wife, and so that together they will become rich now. So obviously the wife became very happy, and immediately they turned all their household objects into gold. So obviously their life had transformed. They had become very, very happy. There was no poverty. From poverty, now they've become very, very rich. Now, one day, Lakshmi had a doubt. Gopi's wife's name was Lakshmi. So Lakshmi had a doubt. So what doubt she had? She said, "Tell me something. How many people are there who keep their most, valuable thing in the dustbin? There is nobody in the world who will, they will keep in their locker, they will keep it in the bank. Like nowadays, we keep it in our locker or in the most secret place. But who's going to keep this gem, this touchstone, this beautiful stone, which is so precious? Who keeps it there? You know what does it mean? This means that this stone is not so valuable. Because Lord Shiva told you that you go and get something valuable. But this stone is not valuable because it was lying in the dustbin. So how can it be valuable? So now you do one thing, you go back again to that Sanatan Goswami and bring back the most valuable thing. Oh, poor Gopi. Then, he could not understand why his wife was not satisfied. They were happy, they were rich, they had everything in the world, but still his wife was not satisfied. So much of wealth they had, you want it and you have it because immediately you turn it into gold. But he had no choice because the wife was very greedy and she was all the time angry and she was a fighting type of a wife. So poor Gopi, he didn't have a choice. So again, he goes back to him, he picks up his, bag and baggage and leaves for Vrindavan in search of again the most valuable thing. So now Gopi, he reaches Vrindavan and again he meets Sanatan Goswami and he explains, that his wife had a doubt and he explains everything to Sanatan Goswami. So Sanatan Goswami says that your wife is absolutely right. This stone may give you wealth, but to me it has no value. So you do one thing, you go and throw this stone. Are you ready to get something which is more valuable than this? So Gopi said, yes, why not? My wife wanted more valuable things, so I am ready to get more valuable things. So Sanatan Goswami said, okay, then you throw this touchstone. So he goes and throws that into the water. So Sanatan Goswami said, the most valuable thing that I have with me to give you is the name of Krishna. He says the holy name of Krishna is the treasure that is more valuable than all the wealth of the whole world. If you collect the entire wealth of the whole world, keep it at one side and keep Krishna's name at one side, then Krishna's name is much more valuable than all the wealth. So when Gopi was a simple person, he was very simple and innocent at heart. And when Sanatana Goswami told him this, he accepted. He accepted this valuable instruction from him and he became the wisest man. So chanting all the way, Gopi returned home and now he was a changed man. And when his wife, when he reached home, his wife saw, he was glowing. Gopi's body, everything, he was glowing as if he was also touched by a touchstone. And Gopi explained to Lakshmi whatever had happened. And somehow, by Krishna's mercy, by Lord Shiva's mercy, even the heart of the wife got transformed. And she realized that how greedy she was. She realized that how a great sadhu had no value for, this touchstone. And on the other hand, she had all the wealth. She had so much of money. She had so much of beautiful house and clothes and everything. And yet she was not satisfied. So she realized that yes, whatever Sanatan Goswami was saying, that this stone has no value, the money has no value in front of Krishna's name. So she also accepted, and she also started chanting the Hare Krishna Mahamantra, and both of them started living happily ever after. I hope you enjoyed the story.
Yes, yes, the story was very
Okay,
nice. People are saying they
that
had
was
like
our nectar of holy
goosebumps.
name. This is how,
Yes,
every time we discuss some pastime or we discuss something, the importance of Krishna's name. So in today's, Bhakti Vriksha, we had this wonderful story where we realize that there is nothing in the world which is more, precious than the name of Krishna. So anybody who chants Krishna's name is the richest person. So all of you, my dear friends, who are sitting here and attending this class are all very, very rich people. Why? Because you're rich because of Krishna's name. Because you're all the time thinking and serving Krishna. You're chanting Krishna's name. So all of you are very, very blessed. All of you are the richest people in the world. So congratulate yourself on being the luckiest and the wealthiest people in the world. So let's move on to our class today. So another important thing is we are going to learn very, very beautiful 3 points, 3 aspects where we will understand the secret of success in Krishna consciousness. And the 3 points that we're going to learn today is the first point is enthusiasm, which means all the time very excited, all the time very happy. There is no, what do you say, depression, or there is no unhappiness. Despite all the difficulties, a person is always very, very enthusiastic, always very, very excited. The second quality is perseverance. So, what is the meaning of this word? So, the simple meaning of this word is never give up. No matter how much problems are coming into your life, you don't give up. Hope you understand. I've tried to simplify it. And the last quality is determination. Determination means very, very strong willpower. Okay, so let's start learning one by one these 3 qualities. So, this is the success formula of somebody who wants to be successful in Krishna consciousness. So, well, first of all, we'll take the quality of enthusiasm. So, it is said that enthusiasm is the key to advancement in bhakti. So, we will take the example of Srila Prabhupada because it's easy to understand with examples. So, when most people retire, we all know that how Prabhupada went to US at the age of 69, and slowly he went there and he had so much of struggle, and how that is how ISKCON was found. So Prabhupada used everything in Krishna's service. So how come he was so enthusiastic? How was he was so excited all the time? But the reason is his enthusiasm comes from his faith in his guru. His enthusiasm comes from his faith in Krishna. So Prabhupada used to say that the more you engage in Krishna's service, the more you engage in obeying the orders of your guru, the more you will become enthusiastic. So he would say, if I'm an old man, I have come from India, my age is 70 plus, and I am still enthusiastic. I'm still dancing in joy in serving Krishna. So what I'm trying to explain here is that enthusiasm is the very, very important factor. So if you're, lazy or if you're dull, then the success is very difficult in this bhakti life. So all the time, you should be enthusiastic. So we'll take more examples. So like getting up early morning, doing aarti, doing tulsi aarti, chanting japa, preparing bhoga. So do you think all these activities, can they be done without enthusiasm? If you're lazy, if you're dull, you don't feel like getting up from the bed. When morning comes, you should be excited. Yes, thank you, Krishna, for giving me another day. I have opened my eyes and I am alive. I'm still alive. Thank you, Krishna, for giving me this life. So if you're happy and if you're excited to get up in the morning and serve Krishna, to prepare bhoga, to do your japa, then that means that you are progressing in your spiritual life, right? Am I able to make you understand?
Yes, 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 right.
Another example, those of you who have visited ISKCON temple, you would have seen that how devotees are all the time dancing, full of energy. They're dancing and singing, and a lot of excitement is happening. So this again is another example of enthusiasm. They'll be dancing on the streets, they'll be looking so happy, they'll be looking so contented. And this enthusiasm, this excitement, it creates such a beautiful atmosphere in the temple. You would have seen that if you go to ISKCON temple, people will be looking very happy. They'll be doing Hare Krishna Mataji, Hare Krishna Prabhuji. They'll be happy and excited. In fact, as scripture says that, dancing in front of Krishna, Krishna becomes very happy. So if ever you get an opportunity to go to the temple, even if you're not able to listen, try to dance in front of Krishna. Okay? So in another example, every year you will have seen that how devotees are distributing Bhagavad Gita. They're standing on the roads, they're going to different places, or they're at the temple, they're full of excitement, full of energy. They are distributing Bhagavad Gita. So where does that feeling come from? It comes from enthusiasm. It comes from the knowing the fact that no, I'm doing service for Krishna. And by doing this service, Krishna will notice me. Krishna will become very pleased with me. And automatically we become very, very enthusiastic. We become very, very excited. So whether they are able to distribute books or not, but their enthusiasm. So Krishna is not seeing whether you're able to distribute any book or not. Krishna will be very pleased because you're serving him. Just by your enthusiasm, just by your excitement, Krishna will become very, very pleased with you. In another example, we see that how devotees, when it is Janmashtami or God Purnima or any other big festival in the temple, how devotees, they're working hard. 2 days they don't sleep, and they're working hard. Somebody is busy in flower service, somebody is busy in food distribution, somebody is doing book distribution. So if ever you have seen this temple, you would have seen that how devotees are working hard on these festivals, and yet because of their enthusiasm, they're very happy. They serve the Lord with devotion and enthusiasm, and constantly they're thinking of Krishna and thinking that, oh yes, by my service, Krishna is becoming pleased. And in this last example of enthusiasm, I'm sure all of you can understand it very easily. How do you feel when the month of Damodar comes? Anybody wants to say something? When the month of Kartik comes, when we are offering lamb to Lord Damodar for 30 days, how do you feel?
Feel good, feel happy, feel happy, feel calm, feel peace.
Yes, so that kind of enthusiasm, that kind of excitement we should maintain all the time. Like how we are happy and excited in our life on those days during the month of Kartik, that kind of enthusiasm we should and happiness we should try to maintain all the time, because that enthusiasm is our most important thing in the success in and making us advance on the path of bhakti. So in even in ISKCON, devotees, they are so excited. They are going from to colleges, to shopping mall, to bus stops, marketplaces, and they are helping so many new people offer a lamp to Lord Damodar. In fact, in our group also, I see that how Nandini takes care of that. All the time the students in her school offer a ghee lamp, so she does it in her school also, and I'm sure many of you otherwise also would be helping so many other people offering a lamp. And even we are doing it online also,
Sorry,
isn't it?
Mataji, Nandini and Nilima. Nilima is raising her hand.
Yeah, Neelam also. In fact, both of them they're a great team, because together they do so many plays, so much of things they do together, for Krishna consciousness. So that is their enthusiasm. That is the kind of enthusiasm if we have, then very, very naturally we advance very nicely in bhakti, because Krishna loves our enthusiasm. Okay, so that was our first topic of enthusiasm. Now, moving on to the second point is perseverance, or don't give up. So here we take the example of Prahlad. So we all know that how Prahlad Maharaj's father was. He tried to kill him because Prahlad Maharaj was a devotee of Lord Vishnu, and Hiranyakashipu, his father, Prahlad's father, never used to like Lord Vishnu. And so he started hating his own son, and he tried to kill him in so many ways. He tried to stamp him under the elephant's feet. He tried to throw him from the mountain. Then he tried to put him where the poisonous serpent, poisonous snakes were there. So many things, he tried to do. But we had Prahlad, whose faith did not shake, he said, I will not give up. Because this, how does this not give up feeling comes? This comes because of our unmoving faith on Krishna. So if our faith is very, very strong, then that will help us in advancing on the path of bhakti very fast. So if faith is not there, then our bhakti is useless. Similarly, we see that how Pandavas, all the five Pandavas, they had so much of faith in Krishna. Draupadi had so much of faith in Krishna. So success is sure for those who follow the path, who have full faith on the Lord. And even if there are difficulties, even if there is failure, even if there is opposition, a devotee who is who is strong, who has a strong willpower, he will not give up. I'm sure so many people, so many of you sitting over here, many of you, I'm sure, would be facing a lot of challenges in their life, must be facing a lot of difficulties in their life, from your family or from your office, in carrying forward bhakti. But if you don't give up, success is sure. It might be slow, it might come very late to you, the success might come very late, but it will surely 100% Krishna will listen to us. So the second quality is don't give up. Even if there's a lot of difficulty, even if there's a lot of problems in your life, even if there's a lot of tension in your life, don't give up. So that is the second quality which is important for our success in Krishna consciousness. First was enthusiasm, and second is perseverance or don't give up. Okay. And now we will move on to the third quality. Third quality is determination. So determination means a very, very strong willpower. And it is said that if you have a strong willpower, God also helps them. So if I have a very strong willpower, and if with that, if I'm following the principle of Krishna consciousness, then believe me, Lord is definitely going to help us. So for that, we are today going to learn another story. Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna, Mataji.
Saurav, can you listen to me?
Yes,
Yes,
now I can
sorry,
listen
I
to you.
got this. Yes, I got
Yes, yes.
disconnected. Okay, so where were we last?
You was telling us the second story regarding the third point, determination.
Determination.
Yes, that's right.
Okay. Am I clear now? Am I audible?
Yes, you're audible.
Okay, fine. So now let us learn a beautiful, cute little story of a little sparrow. So for understanding this point of determination means a very strong willpower, one should follow the example of this little sparrow. And this little sparrow, she lost her eggs in the waves of the ocean. Has anybody heard this story before?
Sorry, Mataji, what was the topic? We were just talking about the sparrow, what the bird looks
Yes.
like. I don't
Yeah.
understand.
So topic was determination. And we are going to understand this point from the story of a sparrow who lost her eggs in the waves of ocean. I've switched over to another connection. I hope this continues.
Okay, once.
Okay. So there was once a little sparrow, and you know what she did? She laid her eggs on the shore of the ocean. And but the ocean was, as we all know, ocean is huge. So the waves of the ocean, what they did, they carried away the egg on its waves. So the wave came and it carried away the eggs, birds' eggs inside the ocean. So obviously the sparrow is the mother, and when the mother loses the children, you know how much pain, how much of loss it is. So the sparrow was in pain, and she was in so much of, she was very upset and very sad. And you know, what she did, she started requesting the ocean to return her eggs. She goes and she speaks to the ocean and she says, "Oh, ocean, you're, you know, you are huge and I'm very small. You have taken, your waves have taken my eggs. Please, please, return my eggs. They are my children. Can you please return them back to me?" So the ocean is huge, and ocean had pride. Ocean was full of arrogance, and you know, ocean did not even look at the sparrow. He was so proud of his power, of his size, that he did not even pay any attention to the sparrow. So sparrow kept requesting, and the ocean did not even take care of sparrow's appeal. So now a mother is a mother. So what she did, so the ocean did not, you know, consider her appeal, and the sparrow decided that I will now dry up the ocean. So how what she did, she started to begin. She started picking up little water in her small beak, and you know she'll pick up little water in her beak, come to the shore, and throw that water on the shore. Again she'll go back. Again, she'll pick up little water. Again, she'll go to the shore, and again, she'll throw that water. So she tirelessly, continuously, she kept on picking up water, throwing it there, picking up water. So now imagine what is the size of the sparrow? She's so small. Even if she continues to work for years and years, yet she cannot dry up the ocean. We all know that, right? And everybody who was looking at that sparrow, you know, the other animals or the human beings, they were laughing at the sparrow. That what a foolish thing she's doing. Because they all knew that what she's doing is an impossible task. But as I said, my dear friends, that those who have strong willpower, God also helps them. So how did God help? Garuda, we all know who Garuda is. Garuda is the carrier of Lord Vishnu, and Lord Garuda is also a bird, and sparrow is also a bird. So Garuda saw that my little sister, she's like a sister to me. The little sister bird is in so much of problem. So immediately Garuda appeared. And Garuda said, "What are you doing?" So Sparrow said, "This ocean has taken away my eggs, and I don't know what to do. I'm requesting the ocean to return the eggs, but ocean is not listening. So now I have no choice. I want my children, so I am trying to drive this ocean." And Garuda felt so sympathetic. So he was so happy to see her determination. And so immediately Garuda goes to the ocean and he warns the ocean. He said, "You better return her eggs, otherwise I am going to dry you up." So who is not frightened of Garuda? Garuda is a huge, and then he's a personal devotee of Lord. Who will not be afraid of Lord Vishnu's personal devotee? So immediately ocean found the eggs of the bird and returned it back to her. So the Garuda warned ocean that if you want, I will take up the work of the sparrow and I myself will dry you up. And the ocean was frightened and immediately he returned the eggs. The sparrow became very happy. And how? Why? Because of her determination. She invited the mercy of the Garuda. So this, my dear friends, is a story that shows that how if we are determined, if we have a strong willpower, no matter how much difficulties come in our life, but we if we do not shake our faith, people will say, "Oh, I'm not getting a job. Let me go to some other god. Let me worship Lord Ganesh. Krishna is not giving me anything." So what we learn from these three qualities that we learn today is that no matter what happens in our life, no matter how much difficulties or challenges we face, we should not leave our enthusiasm. We should not leave our faith in Krishna. We should have complete faith in Krishna. We should have strong conviction that yes, if anything good will happen in my life or anything bad will happen in my life, I will not leave Krishna. He is there for me. He is the only one who is there for me. He's the only Lord that I'm going to worship. So if you have these three qualities, my dear friends, if you have strong faith, which is, determination, and don't give up, and at the same time have a lot of enthusiasm and all the time be in happy mode, no matter despite all the difficulties, if you remain happy, if you hold your faith, then Krishna will also see, oh yes, this is my devotee. I give him so many difficulties, and yet this devotee does not leave me. This devotee does not get, sad, does not leave his faith. I give him so much of, because of his previous karma, because of his previous bad things I give him so many reactions, or I give him so much of problems, but his faith does not move. He always worships only me. Okay, so these are the three qualities we must try to remember in our life. If we hold on tight to these qualities, success is guaranteed, and we will one day definitely go back to spiritual world. So, my dear friends, the purpose of telling you this story is to please practice these qualities, practice enthusiasm, practice having faith in times of difficulty, and practice determination, a strong willpower. So all these three qualities are very, very important if we want to advance in our bhakti life, if we want to advance in our spiritual life, in Krishna consciousness. Then you will see one day will come that Krishna or will never leave you. As we are not leaving Krishna, Krishna also will not never leave us. Okay, so that's the end of our class today, and I'll quickly take you through the PPT slide.
And Mataji, I can also take a break for my water
Yeah,
and
you
my.
can take a break. I'll make them just inform them that I'll go you take them through the PPT. And the first story of Gopi, and then all the three qualities. They can have a. I'll share the screen. Somebody take up questions?
Hare Krishna. Namaskar.
Hare Krishna.
Thank you, Mataji. Today was the topic was very good. Uh, in 2018, when I was not following Krishna consciousness, a lot of issues at home. We were eating meat and we were not uh, focusing on our spiritual practices. But that's when Mayapur, Dayal Gauranga Prabhu, and Facebook, I think, found out. And from Dayal Prabhu's guidance and his teachings, got the Japa meads and also the uh, but after all of this, when I started doing all of Krishna conscious activities, I was also wearing a Ganthi mala and all of that. He got very angry, my wife's family and all, because in their culture, they were eating, for them it was not acceptable in 2019. And I moved out actually. And since 2019, I also didn't give up, even despite all the fights. I kept a vegetarian diet, even though at my home, it happens that it's still being served. And also the foreign part that, they thought that, foreigners changing my religion, all of that, got very angry, all of that. My son. So some of my family, even my son and everything, like, yeah, they were not very happy, but I didn't give up. So that's the point.
How are they now? Are they still separated from you, or how it is?
I don't live with them. They're with so yeah, I'm divorced.
Okay, that's very sad to hear. Okay, good. But at least you are like how we were discussing the three processes of determination and having faith in Krishna. So you are
Thanks to Dayal Gaurang Prabhu. The main thing was this cultural change, I think, the food and all those changes.
correct, correct. So I'm very happy, Prabhu, that you share this today because it is so you're like a practical example for everybody who's watching. Because whatever I was explaining, the 3 points that I was explaining today, that how even in situations of difficulty, we should not leave our Krishna consciousness. We should stick to our faith. So I'm not saying that all of us who are facing difficulty should leave their families. We should all try to stick to our families and try to see that they can also get Krishna consciousness. But in some cases where it is not possible, we do have to leave our families, have to move on. But then it is not possible for everybody's case. So in that case, we should continue to chant, we should continue to have faith of Krishna and not give up Krishna conscious. So thank you so much, Madan Prabhu, that you're sharing your example, and it is so uh, people can relate because this is what we have learned today in the class. Thank you so much. Thank you to please extend our thanks to the Algorithm Prabhu also, because ever since I have come into preaching for the deaf people, even I have learned a lot from whatever little science I have learned from Vaishnav science I've learned. I've also learned because of the hard work of Dayal Prabhu. So please extend my gratitude, my thanks also to him. If ever you have to speak to him, please convey my thanks to him also. and wishing you all the best in your bhakti life. All the best. Hare Krishna. We'll take up next question.
Hare Krishna. Thank you.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna. Namaskar. Kanthi Mala Mataji.
Okay.
You want a Kanthi Mala? Mataji, I want a Kanthi Mala.
Okay. So, are you still eating onion garlic, or have you left it?
I don't know, and I don't understand. No, no, I don't. Sometimes, maybe garlic sometimes.
Yeah. So what happens, Prakhar, that when we are wearing a kanthi mala, the tulsi beads are so pure that even from inside our throat also onion and garlic should not pass. So if onion garlic passes from our throat and wearing the kanthi mala, then it is a disrespect to Tulsi Maharani. And she is so pure devotee of Lord Krishna that unless we leave onion garlic, we should not wear kanthi mala. So that is the first requirement of wearing a kanthi mala, that she should not be eating onion garlic. I hope you understand what I'm saying. So once the day you should pray to Krishna that may Krishna give you the strength, and also to your family members who can support you in leaving onion garlic. So that day when that comes, you can definitely, I myself will send a courier to you. We'll take up next question.
I'm sorry, he's saying something YouTube and he's asking about the process of the you getting Kanthi Mala on YouTube, Mataji. I'm sorry, I don't understand clearly. He's saying YouTube and video. YouTube. Okay,
I think
for
others will,
Kanthi. I think others, Mataji, what?
others, I think they're able to understand what he's saying. I think
Uh,
if anybody else can explain.
Vinita. He wants to understand the method of making
Yeah,
the
so
Tulsi
Vinita
Mala.
has,
Vinita is saying that I can share that,
yeah,
no problem.
Vinita is making Kantimala at home. Very nice video, very commendable job. She's very talented. I'll share that. I thought I'll share it, but I forgot about it. I'll share it today after the class. Hari bol, very wonderful job, Vinita. You're very talented. So I'll share it after the class.
Hari bol,
Hare
Mataji.
Krishna.
Thank you.
Hare bol. We'll take next question.
He like give me the YouTube video. Please, Mataji, the teach me English, Mataji. There are photos he's showing. He'll share photos, and can you please teach him explain the meanings?
Ah, sure. You can send it to me on a.
He's saying Mataji he wants sign translation.
Oh, Actually, this is from Bhagavad Gita, what is
Uh-huh.
just shared,
Uh-huh.
and these are the opulences of Krishna. These are
Hmm.
like vibhutis, or the I have how to explain them. Opulences means the power of Krishna. And so Krishna says in chapter number 11 that how he's the taste that you feel in water is Krishna. The syllable Om is Krishna. When we say Om, that represents Krishna. Similarly, among the trees, he is the banyan tree, and he's the death when we get death. That death is Krishna. So that is a little complex terminologies that comes little towards the end in Bhagavad Gita. But all these things are basically representation of Krishna. So all I cannot explain right now because we have other questions. But all these are the vibhutis or the opulences or the qualities of Krishna.
Mataji, second
Okay,
one. Sorry.
three questions. See, okay, to everybody's
Sorry,
announcement.
Mataji is signing. Sorry, sorry. You want me
Okay.
to ask him to stop?
1 second. Just tell him to stop for a second. So the coming Sunday, either the Sunday, so depending on Saurabh's availability, so either Sunday or the next week, wherever we have the class, is a special class on only on question and answers. So don't miss the next class. Those of you now also because it's already 5 o'clock, and I don't think we'll be able to take more questions. So all those questions, please reserve your questions. We will have a special class on Q&A next Sunday. So I will be able to answer all your questions next week. Okay?
Okay, okay,
Hare Krishna.
okay. What to do, Mataji? There's Nandini, Nilima, and Vinita. Their hands are raised.
They can wait till next week, or they can personally send it to me. Usually they don't send it to me, so I presume because they can type in Marathi, both of them. They can text it to me in Marathi. Otherwise, if they can wait till next Sunday, will be coming up with the Q&A session.
Hmm. And Mataji Vinita.
Vinita also, she can text me. Same, she can text me.
Hmm. Sorry, Mataji. She's asking. Sorry. 21, 21st. Sorry, this
Narsim Chaturdashi is
Purnima,
on
Nasim,
22nd. Narsim Chaturdashi is on 22nd.
26. Okay, okay.
So
Hare
usually,
Krishna.
usually half day fasting is also sufficient, and there won't be any separate class for that. I can repost the old link, and on the in the group, I will repost the old link, and you can watch that old recording. There will not be a separate class for Narsim Chaturdashi, but you can increase your chanting. You can cook something special for Narsimha Day. Lord Narasimha likes very cool items like juices and fruits because he's in a very angry mood, right? So to cool him down, we offer him a lot of cool things like coconut water, orange juices. So try to incorporate that in your bhoga. Okay. So thank you so much. It's the end of our today's class. Sorry, I missed posting week 31. So I'll do it together. Maybe tomorrow, 31 and 32. I'll post both of them. The recording I've not posted as yet. My apologies. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Shri Prabhupada ki jai. Thank you, Saurav. Thank you, Rasipati. Hare Krishna.